Hi, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Comcast's very own internet podcast, produced and written by interns for interns. I'm your co-host, Jacqie Romer. I'm a finance intern for the Greater Chicago region, working remotely from the Battery in Atlanta this summer.
Hi, everyone. I'm Giovanna Moreno, your other co-host. I'm a sales and marketing intern working from Comcast Battery office in Atlanta with Jacqie this summer. We're so excited to be your host and to dive into the Comcast intern experience.
This episode, our focus is on creating your community. I think it's a super important part of developing your early career, not only at Comcast, but overall.
I totally agree. Creating your community through your mentors, department, and fellow interns is a crucial part of Comcast's internship experience. There are so many opportunities to network and learn from each other at Comcast.
For this week's episode, we're welcoming Lindsay Smith, a business services intern for the Big South region. She'll be sharing all about her experience creating her community this summer through her department, team, intern events, and more. Hi, Lindsay.
Hey, Jacqie. Hey, Gio. How are you guys?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
I am too. Thank you for making time and being here today. With only a month left in the internship program, we're all so busy.
Yes, I can't believe we are this far into the program. I'm so glad to be on the podcast and have the opportunity to share more about my experiences with you guys.
Well, I think I can say on behalf of Gio and I, we're so excited to hear about your experience. But before we dive in, can you talk a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. So I was born and raised in Mahoning County, Ohio, and went to a small high school called Springfield Local. In 2020, our school's graduating class had about 85 kids, so we were pretty small. While I spent most of my life in Ohio, I do love to travel and go to the beach. I try to go to a new one every year because the Ohio weather is just not for me. I actually moved to Georgia for a little over a year when I was younger, but eventually went back to Ohio. And I'm currently a senior attending the Williamson College of Business Administrations at Youngstown State University on the management track with a completed minor in marketing.
That's so fun. I also enjoy the warm weather and going to the beach. I'm actually from Miami, so I love the beach. But it's pretty cool that you try to go to a new one every year. Do you have a favorite one that you've visited so far?
So far, I'd have to say Ocean City in Maryland. After graduation, a group of friends and I took a road trip, and I would definitely go back, and the memories I made were so fun.
That's awesome. So, what is your internship position this summer with Comcast?
Yeah, so this summer, I'm working on the market development team as a business services intern in the Big South region. The market development team, we kind of aim to penetrate new markets by developing different market strategies and sales tactics. We also focus on underperforming areas within our region while identifying and capitalizing on new growth opportunities in the telecommunication industry. We use market research, strategic analysis, and innovative solutions to aim and expand Comcast customer base and enhance its position in the evolving market.
Wow, that sounds super detailed, but I love how there's also a little bit of innovation involved in it. What specifically drew you to apply for the business services internship position here at Comcast in the first place?
Yeah, so I just felt that it best aligned with my degree and my desired career path. I was hoping to find a position that allowed me to be able to develop and learn all the different sales techniques from various sales levels. So, with general business services, there's just so much room for cross functional movement and growth within different departments.
Gotcha. That's super interesting. It's great to hear that the internship really did align with your interests and you've had the opportunity to learn all of these sales techniques with new different perspectives along the way so far.
Yeah, and now you have the opportunity to apply them to your position here at Comcast. A huge focus of the Central Division Comcast internship experience is create the future with us. So, how do you feel that this has been replicated in your internship experience?
Yeah, I really feel that Comcast strives to make the internship experience a valuable experience for all of the interns and the people involved. For me, I know my work and findings are being used, and I'm not just doing busy work. I'm not just doing like coffee runs like internships show in the movies. I'm given actual opportunities to support my team and add to our projects. I feel like intern engagement with meaningful work promotes growth opportunities for us interns as we get a taste of what a full time position at Comcast would be. It also kind of encourages me to want to continue a career within this company because my work is truly being used in my team and I'm working with my team and not just for them. I'm sure that the growth I've achieved here will have a big impact on my future.
That sounds so great. I love that you've had such a great opportunity to use your skill sets with your team. this summer and that you've taken advantage of the space to innovate and leave your mark at Comcast through your work.
I totally agree with what Gio just said. I've also really enjoyed my own intern experience and the community that Comcast has fostered for me in these couple weeks so far. How do you feel you've created a community during your internship so far, Lindsay?
Yeah, I definitely have felt a sense of community within my time at Comcast. Everyone is so welcoming. There's not one person that I wouldn't hesitate to ask a question to or ask for help because we're always encouraged to do so. When I go to work, even just as an intern, I feel a sense of belonging and like myself, which is so important. I feel like my work is being valued. On days that I am in the office, I see a lot of smiles, which is not always something that you get while working in such a big corporation company such as Comcast. Working here certainly isn't perfect. I mean, nowhere is, but it's so nice and reassuring to look around and see people who seem to genuinely enjoy the work, even on challenging days.
Definitely. Entering a new workplace can be daunting, especially when you're new to the team and working in the field in general, but that's what internships are for. Can you recall how you met your team?
Yeah, so I first met my manager, Jessica, within the first week of the program. And then I was put on kind of a large project call with everyone on my team where I was able to introduce myself. And shortly after, I started collaborating with them on different projects. They were all super welcoming and supportive, which was super awesome and comforting.
That's great. I know meeting a new team and the first few days can be challenging and scary, but I'm glad you had a nice first experience.
I second that, and I really do think we have to credit the UR or university relations team on that. They did a great job of not only connecting us and transitioning us with our teams, but also to one another as well as our community. What's your experience been like so far, Lindsay, with not only your team but the intern cohort in general?
Yeah, so beyond just my work environment, being an intern has its own special specific perks. Having events such as Intern Experience Day and optional volunteer events where we get to do things like go to Six Flags and help give kids an experience they may never get again, and other intern bonding experiences such as having the opportunity to go to the Braves game together and do group activities that makes the work environment so much more comfortable. While it is technically networking, we can consider it, it doesn't feel like it because we are given the opportunities to get to know each other in different fun ways outside of the office. And having the UR team to turn to is also something I really appreciate. I just know that they have every intern's best interest in mind, and I've always had them to help guide me or assist me in anything, even if it's just something like asking them to look over my resume or if they just check in on me in general throughout this whole experience.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm glad you were able to attend these events during your internship this summer. I also appreciate the UR team because they always find ways for us interns to get to know each other regardless of the department that we're in or even the office we're in.
Yeah, going off of that, I would say that started even at orientation, our first 2 or 3 days within our internship experience. I got to meet interns from, I think, every single department that I otherwise would have probably never met or had the opportunity to, since not many other fields work with finance on a daily basis. So that was just a great opportunity, and it's led to so many great friendships that I've built along the way.
Yeah, there's so many great ways to not only get to know our intern cohort, but also to network with full-time Comcast employees. Have you met with a mentor or networked one-on-one?
Yeah, so my manager, Jessica Gebhardt, who is someone I definitely would consider my mentor, from day one, she has done nothing but encourage, guide, and help me grow professionally. She's definitely provided me with all of the necessary resources and tools to help me become the best version of myself I can at Comcast. And she also works as kind of a sponsor, I like to say, because she's definitely encouraged me to go out and network and meet as many people I can and see as much as the company as I can.
I love that. Having new experiences is very important in our early careers, and so is having mentors, networking, and creating a community.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. While it can be hard and a little nerve-wracking to do, meeting others and hearing about their experiences is important for all of us to learn from, not even on a professional basis, but a personal one as well.
Yeah, I know personally when I first met my team, I was very nervous going into it because of just imposter syndrome, but you have to realize that you belong here and there is a reason that your application and interview was selected. So now all you have to do is do your best and make the most of this opportunity.
Yeah, now switching gears for a future-based question. Lindsay, do you have any advice for the future interns on how to make their internship experience the best they can in terms of like networking and creating a community here at Comcast?
Yeah, for sure. First off, I would definitely suggest that they take advantage of all the resources available. I mean, even if you do not think that you need to attend some of the optional workshops or sessions that are created for interns, attend them anyway if your schedule will allow you. I have found the workshops and sessions to be so insightful, and it's always nice to hear from a Comcast team member that has experienced career growth within the company because you get to hear their stories and you're given advice on you to do it yourself as well. Secondly, do not be afraid to reach out and ask questions. I mean, every other intern is in the same position as you are in the beginning. So you're definitely not going to look silly if you speak out or ask a question because someone else is probably wondering the same thing. And the more you know, the better. Questions can never hurt you.
That's great advice. I definitely wish I would have had someone like you telling me the exact same thing when I was getting ready to move to Atlanta in a whole new area. But being able to ask questions is so important, not only as an intern, but in life. In this stage of life when we're all getting ready to graduate college, move to that next stage, we really are like sponges. So the more we know, the more we ask questions, more knowledge we gain, it'll be able to be applicable not only in your daily life, but moving forward in your professional career as well.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsay, for setting aside time and sharing about yourself, your experience as an intern, and how you've created a community here at Comcast. It was so fun having you on our show today.
Of course, thank you guys so much for having me. And I just want to say good luck to all the future Central Division interns listening as well.
Thank you for tuning into the Internet Podcast. This episode was put together by our project lead, Jack Uzinski, producer Darian Carter. Script was co-written by Samantha Barron and Esperanza Torres, and script editor Leah Bader. Co-hosted by Giovanna Moreno and Jackie Romer. The podcast was edited by Lauren Banks, and the graphics were created by Rabia Kang. A big thank you to our support from the University Relations team, Employee Communications, and Talent Brand teams at the Central Division, including Janda Anderson, Ernesto Sosa, Stephanie Beard, and Renee DeSantis.
If you want a deep dive and create the future with us, please don't forget to apply this fall for a summer internship. Applications open in September, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Stay tuned for the next episode and all season long, as we'll be bringing our best selves. See you then.